Hello YouTube, B3 here back with another kicking action figure review. Yeah, today we have one I didn't think I'd pick up ever, honestly. I've seen him in stores several times, or her, you know, could be either. But, more likely he. I've never really wanted him. You know, I have a bunch of Halo figures from McFarlane, and that line went downhill over the years, that's for sure. And I heard Mattel was picking it up. I thought, wow, that's cool, I might get some. They came out. They were around 20 bucks, and I was just like, I haven't played a Halo game in forever. Do I really need to still be collecting Halo figures? And I stopped. Then one day, I went to a GameStop that I normally don't go to, quite out of the way, and found this guy on clearance. It is the Spartan Helioskrill from, I think, Wave 1 of the Mattel Halo line. Yeah, pretty cool. So I got him at the GameStop, normally $16.99, on clearance for $9.97. I just couldn't resist. Actually, I got this guy because I got the Elite with the Ghost, which I will review next. But right now I'm just reviewing this guy, Spartan Helioskrill. From the Alpha Crawler. Build a figure wave, so you get to build one of the Promethean crawler things, which I wanted the McFarlane for and I never got. So, will I build it? Probably not. Honestly, probably a no. And I told a friend who's a much bigger Halo fan than me that they were on clearance there, so he might go get them. I don't know if he's going to or not, but he might. So, they might not even be there for me to buy if I want. Plus, I'm not going there anytime soon, about to do stuff. So yeah, here he is, Spartan Helioskrill. I don't really know what that means. I haven't played a Halo game since ODST. I played Reach, like, in 4, or I played the multiplayer on later ones, but that's it. So, yeah, I don't know what Helioskrill is, but he's a very cool figure. You might think he doesn't look much like a Spartan, but that's because these guys have removable armor, and it was just easier to do this without the armor at first. So now we're going to look at the detail and paint for under the armor. Pretty good detail, actually. Very good looking. There's not a lot of paint effects like wash or anything, but they probably assumed it'd be covered in armor most of the time, so it's fine. Flat butt, but it's fine. The head sculpt's pretty cool. He's got this little paint scratch on the eye, which bugs me, but I'll get over it. But yeah, really cool helmet. I dig it. Very cool. As I said 3 times already. Was getting lots of detail. Nice little scale, kind of Kevlar pattern. Very nice. Everything's sculpted real well. I really like it. For my first figure in this line, he's very, very cool. But yeah, I'm going to show you articulation while the armor is off, just so you can get a better idea of it. From what I could tell when I had the armor on a second ago, it didn't really hinder much at all. Not enough to be mentioned, I guess. So yeah, let's check out the articulation. Up and down on the head, moves all around. Up and down on the arms, forward and back. You have a bicep swivel, a double elbow bend? What? On a Mattel? Forward and back on the wrist. Swivel on the wrist. These hands are removable, by the way. What's up with all this torso movement? Mattel, you should give your DC figures this articulation, Mattel. This is pretty awesome. It's almost Marvel Legends quality. In and out on the legs, pretty far. He can almost do the splits. That's far. That's farther than lots of Marvel Legends I have, actually. I know I shouldn't be comparing them to Marvel Legends, but that's... this articulation is most similar to Marvel Legends articulation. Forward and back, thigh swivel, even a little in and out like that, you see? A double knee bend, of course, up and down on the foot, and an ankle friggin' pivot. 2 peg holes, you know, the truth. The truth is out there! Aliens! But, yeah, so that's pretty cool. One thing I do want to talk about on this guy is maybe a QC problem. Yeah, the quality control is down. Normally, if there's like one little thing wrong with one joint on one of my figures, I'm like, oh, that's probably just mine. You know, it's more than likely not a line-wide deal. And we'll see when I open my Ghost, because, once again, this is the only figure I have from this line. But he does have that paint problem on the eye. It's not a... I don't think it's a scratch. It's hard to tell because of the gleam from the... you know, the shiny part of his eye. I don't think it's a scratch. I think it's paint on the eye. But, yeah, and that's not the only problem. See, that just happens when figures are getting packaged and things like that. This arm, the joint's like down too far or something, so it doesn't want to bend all the way in. This one, totally fine. Look at that. But this is how far it bends in comparison to how far it should bend. Not good. Same thing down here on his knee. How it should bend. How it does bend. You see, this bottom one doesn't want to move up at all. And this one's not as big of a deal as the arm, but it's like, see it sticking out? It's like it's too fat down there to move. So that's concerning. That's weird that this figure has two big problems, but, you know, 3 real QC problems. So, I guess now it's time to move into some fancy accessories. And here he is, as promised, Spartan Helioskrill. Fully armored. Yeah, hardcore. Kill streak. Or whatever, you know, they say in Halo. But, still looking pretty fly. Zoom out. But yeah, as you can see, the armor is painted well. Once again, no wash or shadowing or anything, but I think that's fine. It's whatever. Honestly, shadowing is not even a big deal on figures for me, because it's like, whatever. But, yeah, I mean, the white paint's pretty clean for the most part, so that's all good. Yeah, I just really like it. Some of them are a little tiny bit difficult to get on, but for the most part, they ace. They ace. Yeah, they ace. Yeah, they ace. Of course they ace. They ace. So, the body, main part, pretty easy to get on. A little difficult to get off. Shoulder pads are easy. Gauntlet parts are easy. These are pretty easy on his thighs here. This one is a little off-center. It's pegged in, but it's a little off-center, so that's another quality control issue. So yeah, that's... yeah, the feet are a tiny bit but they get on there, and these stay on pretty well. It's 2 parts here. So, yeah, the armor's pretty good. Stays on well enough. If you have a cat like me, or a faulty shelf, like if it falls over, some pieces might pop off. But these are pretty sturdy. They're made to be attached and stay attached until you intend to take them off. So that's really good. For the most part, these are going to stay on really, really well. Will I display them with them on? Probably, right? I mean, I don't really want him with the naked, like, skin suit. Don't really want him with the skin suit, but I mean, he's pretty cool. He looks really cool. So let's check out some more junk on this dude. Cat. Now, these figures took a page out of McFarlane's book and gave these pegs. They gave us these pegs to peg in the little peg holes that are on the side of the thighs and on the back to place weapons. Yeah, so you get this shorter peg for the thigh and a longer peg for the back, so that, you know, it sticks out farther so you can have the weapon right on there. And he does come with 2 weapons, which are pretty cool. I will show them to you because you are my friends. This Needler, which seems like it might be big, but there might be a giant Needler that I don't know about. Once again, it's been a while since I played Halo in any capacity, except for Combat Evolved. Never going to stop playing Combat Evolved. But it's pretty cool. You know, they went out of their way to give us clear needles. They could have just painted them pink, but they did not. So that is... thank you for that, Mattel. It's got a peg on his back right here. So it... oops, sorry, I'm trying to line it up. I'm looking at it through the camera lens, so it's a little harder for me to line this junk up. There we go. My BEG. So yeah, he's got his needler back there. It's not really how it would go on, but see, that's like, once again, I think it's a thigh weapon, more of a thigh weapon. Ooh, and then this plasma pistol here, plasma blaster, whatever you want to call it. Once again, it's been a while, but I still love Halo. I love the designs, and it pegs right in on him. Okay, so he holds the weapons well, and I'll show you that. Here's with the plasma pistol in hand. Both hands are trigger hands, so you can hold it in either hand. Same with the needler. But, yeah, it can't... He has to have his arm bent a little for it to be straight, because if his arm is straight, then it's pointing down. So, yeah, his arm's got to be bent a little, but that's fine. I think it looks more realistic, actually. So, yeah, you know, he holds that one fine, and... Let's pop the needler off the back here. Get this peg off of it. I don't need this peg in the shot anymore. Sorry, I got the arrow theme stuck in my head. But, needler also holds it well. Pretty cool. Since I don't have the largest Halo collection, for size comparisons, we're just going to show him with these guys. And we'll show him next to a figure in his line in the next Halo review. I normally don't do that to you guys. Normally I'll show him with a figure in his own line, but it's still in box and I haven't had a chance to open it, and I'm very busy these days, but I had to get this review out of the way. I just had to. So, yeah, these are my two favorite figures from the McFarlane lines. Here on the left, the Anniversary Combat Evolved Master Chief, my favorite Spartan. And on the right, my favorite Elite, or favorite Covenant anyways. So I guess luckily my two favorites are a Spartan and a Elite. The Elite Zealot. Yeah, very cool. So that's how he scales with them. And they're a little bigger than the McFarlanes, which is fine, honestly. It makes the price a bit more worth it. And they are cool. They're fun. They're fun. They're more fun than the McFarlane ones. The McFarlane ones, very cool, very ace. For a while, they got bad. They've been towards the end. Pretty bad, actually. But, yeah, I mean, this is, you know, they're obviously too small for him, but he has his own line now, so that's fine. And as I mentioned briefly, there is a Build-A-Figure. You know, when these were announced, I wasn't expecting this to be a Build-A-Figure. I remember at Toy Fair when these were revealed. So, yeah, the Build-A-Figure, pretty cool. It's one of those Promethean dog-looking things, the Alpha Crawler, yeah. So, you know, you just get the two front legs of this guy. Beep, 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 beep. Once again, will I build it? Probably not, but we'll see, because so far I'm digging this. This is pretty cool. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on the Spartan Helioskrill figure from the Mattel Halo Alpha Crawler Build-A-Figure wave? I like it more than I expected. The armor stays on better than I expected. I mean, the articulation's a tiny bit better than I expected, honestly. I remember when this line was announced at Toy Fair and stuff, I thought the Alpha Crawler was just another figure in the line. But Build-A-Figure, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Will I get more of these? Maybe. I'd like the Sniper in this wave and the Elite Zealot. Those would be cool to have, I think. If I can get back to that GameStop and snag the Sniper. Oh, Papa gonna snag the Sniper, please. Then, I shouldn't be doing Filthy Frank impressions. But yeah, you know, that would be fine. I would like some more of these figures so far, you know? And a cool thing about this line is it's good for adults, but kids can also get into it. So a little bit of older kids, because honestly, Halo, it's rated M for mature, but only because there's some blood splatter, human blood splatter, is really the only reason I can... Like, the Halo games I've played are pretty PG-13 except for the blood splatter. So, I mean, older kids, if I had an older kid, I'd let him play Halo. And this is a figure. It's fine for older kids. Totally fine. Smaller kids might swallow the pieces, you know. You gotta keep an eye out for that shit. Ages 0 to 3 are a no-go on this fig, yo. Small parts, not for children under 3 years. It says so in multiple places on the box. So, keep that in mind. I'd actually maybe go a little older than 4, to be honest. Yeah, this is definitely an older kid figure if you're getting it for your kid. But it's also fine for adult collectors, I think. It's got the articulation an adult collector would expect. It's got playability, too. You could do easy customs. You could put armor from a different one on this guy. I assume that's the appeal of the removable armor. Once again, this is my first and only Spartan from this line. There may be more to come. So subscribe and find out. Definitely subscribe if you want to see the review of the Ghost with the elite officer or whatever. So yeah, that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. But that is it, my friends, my family, my followers, my worshippers. I am your God. That is it. Thank you all once again, and I'll see you all later. Where am I going? To give the Covenant back their bomb.